one of the workouts here now. I'm not going to go through the specifics of the movement standards per se, as most of you guys should be pretty familiar with the movements, but if you do have any specific questions per event, I will open the floor up for questions that you guys have. Okay, so the first event we're going to go through is tomorrow morning, Copperhead Road, which is going to take place outside. I've got my demo team, which is Philip, Kate, Christy, and Heath. You guys can come on out here to the floor. This is going to be the team version. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. You guys will be right outside these doors. You will take off on a little run straight down our alleyway. You'll head into the parking lot of this building complex right down through here. You'll have to run around a cone that will be placed down there. Then at that point, you can flow into your lanes that you are assigned to. You can already have your jump ropes preset. You will have your jump ropes preset down into those lanes. Okay, so they'll then split up into their pairs. So one pair, let's go Christy and Kate. If Kate's doing her jump rope, she'll be right here. And her partner will be at the end of the parking spot. Same thing with this pair. So they'll knock out their double unders. If they want to face them, they can face the partner. If they want to face out, they can face out. For intermediate, you have double unders. For scaled, you have single unders. You have 300. You can switch off as many times as you want. Anytime you want to switch, you can just come on in, come on out. When your pair gets done with 300, if the other pair is not done, then they will wait. When the other pair gets finished, that's when you guys will step to in between your parking space. You will form a single file line facing me. You'll have one foot on either side of your white line that'll be down in the parking spots, and you will do your 100 synchronized team of 4 squats. Let's see 5, demo team. So they'll do 100 synchronized squats. Our judges looking obviously for hip crease below the knee. If any member of your team gets no rep, if any member of the team is no rep, that is a no rep for the team. So all 4 of you have to complete the movement standard for your squat. Scaled is the same, 100 squats. When you get done, you then take off on for scaled 1 mile. For intermediate, it is as advertised 2.5, but it is actually more so about 2 miles of hill up to the end of David Lane, where there'll be a distinct turnaround point where you will come back down and finish at the same finish line you started. For team, the first 2 team members of your team to finish, time. That is 1 score. Your second score is time for 3 and 4 to finish. So your 4th partner. So it's really second partner and 4th partner. That will be your 2 scores for team. It does not have to be the pairs you did the jump rope in. It's just the first 2 to finish the run, and then the next 2 to finish the run. Individuals, scaled and intermediate. You guys have the air squats, same movement standards as the teams. For RX, you guys have unbroken double unders, which means that if you clip at 49, unfortunately you have to start back at 0. You've got to do 50 in a row before you can move on to your pistols. For the pistols, who's going to demo for me? Philip. We're looking for the leg that's out to not hit the ground, and I want to see hip crease below the knee. In the chance of a no rep, you must repeat on the same leg. You can't switch to the other leg. You've got to repeat the same leg that you are no repped on. You have your 5 rounds of the couplet, and then you take out on the same run. Start and finish line is the same, which will be a big line across the floor in the back here. That is Copperhead Road. Athletes, does anybody have any questions on that before we move on to risk? Questions? There will be people out there. Look for the yellow Brawl staff shirts. They will be out along the course to guide you along the way. Hopefully not people heckling on golf carts as well along your course. All right, next event is going to be risk. Let's show the team version. Let's show the team version of risk. So here's our setup. You guys will have start and finish mats that you will start and finish on throughout the weekend. So My demo team needs to come over to your start and finish mat, which will be right here. At 3, and the guys. At 3, 2, 1, go. The girls go to the wall ball, the guys go to the rower. Girls are doing 60 synchronized wall balls. We're looking for the ball to hit the target. That is the first piece of tape on the rig for the girls, second piece of tape for guys. As long as you and your partner are both doing wall balls, you're not going to get a synchronization no rep. You're probably likely going to get a squat depth or a target no rep. They're doing 60. While they're doing 60, my guys are doing 500 meters. Both monitors have to read 500. If they finish before the girls, they have to stay on the rower. They cannot get up and go get chalk and peruse around the gym. They must wait until the girls finish. At that point, they can get off the row. The guys will take their wall balls. They will move them over. Same thing. You guys don't have to show. When they get done with 60 and the girls are done with 400, second transition. Back to the rowers go the guys. And the girls will go to the synchronized toes to bar. Judge is looking for one distinct set of legs to be hitting the bar. If there's a pretty distinct flip, then that would be a no rep. All right, so Kate and Christy are going to show a few here. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Good. That would be 3. When they get done with 30, if the guys are also done, they can switch. If the guys finish, they must stay seated on the rower. They can switch. Same thing. Guys will have 30 toes to bar, and the girls will have 400 meters. When the guys complete the toes to bar, girls complete the rowing, you then move on to the boxes. Your boxes will be set up one next to the other. This box will be right over here. And they have their follow the leader box jump overs. For scaled, they're step overs. For scaled, your toes to bar are hanging knee raises. Similar to the toes to bar, the judge is looking for one distinct set of legs and making sure that the knees are getting well above the hip crease. When the guys get done with toes to bar, you then move on to the boxes. Come on, fellas. Male 1 and female 1 does a box jump over. Then male 2, female 2. That is 1. Then they come back. That is 2. So a couple things on this. 1, we're looking for you to jump on this plane of the box. A diagonal jump would be a no rep. If Philip jumps and then Heath jumps, Heath cannot be the first person to jump back. If Philip starts, Philip must start every rep. Same thing for the girls. So we're looking for forward jumps, no diagonals, and to keep your 1-2 order. When you finish your 20, you'll finish on the same mat you started on. That'll be your time. Teams. Yes, the whole team over is 1, the whole team over is 2. Teams, any questions before we move on to individuals, scaled or intermediate? Yes, question. Are you asking if you can jump lateral? You can jump lateral as long as it's over the front of the box here. So, Philip, show one. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Individuals. So, same standards on your movements. You're going to row. So your start mat will be down by your wall ball. So let's get Kate to demo this one. Individuals, 3, 2, 1, go. Onto your rower. 400 for the guys, 300 for the girls. When she's done, she comes, does her 60 wall balls, back to the rower. 400 for the men, 300 for the women. Onto the toes to bar, 40 reps here. Back to the rower. And then you'll finish with the box jump overs. Your first 10 reps will be on box 1. Your second 10 reps will be on box 2. That will be the same height on game day. They won't progress in height. And when you finish your 20th rep, you will have a finish mat right here that you will finish on. So that will be your flow for risk. Yes, on the toes to bar. If you're on the bars that are facing the gym, you will be facing inside towards the middle of the gym. If you're on a diagonal bar, you're going to face the crowd. Okay, so that'll be the order. That is for teams and individuals, the facing on the bars. Any questions on indie risk? So these scaled, good question. These scaled athletes for individual on risk, you guys will have a med ball sit-up. So for the med ball sit-up, instead of the toes to bar, we're looking for the shoulders to clear the hips at the top and the ball to touch. We're looking for 2 points of contact with the ball. One is over your head, and one was the ball out in front of you, looking for the shoulders to come in front of the hips. So you'll do your wall balls, row, knock out your sit-ups, back to your row. On your box jump overs, if you would choose to do a traditional box jump over, you can. If you want to use your hands, you can use your hands. So Kate will place her hands, and she'll hop over the box. If you choose to do this variation, you just must release your hands each time you do your rep. So you won't be able to leave your hands on and scoot across the box this way, but you'll have the same flow. You'll do your 10 box jump overs, and then you'll do your second set of 10, and then your finish. 24 and 20-inch height on the box for scaled and intermediate. If you want to do regular box jump over scaled, you can. You just have that option. Any other questions? Good question. All right, our Saturday night event is Quicksand, which is our ski erg handstand obstacle chest to bar workout. So 3, 2, 1, go. The athlete will begin skiing. When they hit 20 calories for the men, 15 for the girls, they move on to the handstand walk. There'll be a line here. Their next checkpoint is getting to the obstacle. Philip chooses to go right to the obstacle. And he's probably going to get a no rep. And he does get a no rep. So he is going to start where his last checkpoint was, which is getting to the obstacle. So then he'll kick up, and hopefully this time we can get him over the obstacle. Every hand must touch the plates, so you cannot skip plates. Philip gets through the obstacle, and then there will be another checkpoint that will be getting to the end. Well done, Philip. Well done. He then does 45 chest to bar pull-ups. Main thing the judge is looking for is clear contact below the collarbone. Clear contact below the collarbone. 45 for the men, 35 for the women. He does the same handstand obstacle back down the floor, and he finishes with the ski erg. Time is not when you finish your calories. Time is when you get on your finish mat. RX individuals, any questions on that event? 7-minute time cap. Yes. Yes. So for the handstand walk, you cannot skip a plate. So your left and your right hand must hit the stacks of plates we have there. So you couldn't take your left hand on the first stack and then immediately go right hand to the next layer. That right hand would have to come even with the left, and then you can walk up the next layer of the ramp. Good question. Any others? All right. Sunday morning, we have the deadlift and burpee over bar-facing burpee event. Teams. You guys will have a male bar and a female bar. For the sake of this demonstration, we are using 2 male bars. You will face each other. Male-female pair 1. They also won't be that close. Male-female pair 1 is going to do the 21-15-9 version. So they will do synchronized deadlifts. What we're looking for on the synchronization is just basically one athlete not getting ahead of the other. So they must both be at extension before they can start the next rep. If one athlete is lowering the bar while the other is still standing, that would be a no rep. They must repeat that rep. All right, so Christy and Keith will show a couple synchro deadlifts. That would be good. That would be good. Good. 3 reps right there. Good. When they get done with 21, they will have synchronized bar-facing burpees, which they will both do on the same bar, and it will be on the female bar, which will be stationed the furthest, the closest to the crowd. So that will be the bar that they do their synchronized bar-facing burpees on. So what we're looking for here is kind of like on the deadlift, one to not get ahead of the other on the burpee portion, and we're looking for both of them to jump over the bar at the same time. For scaled, they can step over the bar. If you would choose to do a step over versus a jump over, then that will be okay for your scaled divisions. When they get done with 21, they go back to their bars facing each other, and they do 15. They do 15 synchro bar-facing burpees. When they get done, they have 9. When they finish their last bar-facing burpee, they jump over the bar. Their second pair will be down here waiting for them. They can tag them in. This pair has 45 deadlifts in a row and then 45 burpees in a row. When they finish their last 45th synchro bar-facing burpee, they meet their team back on the mat, and that is when your time is noted. Okay, so teams, synchro burpees over the bar, looking for chest, looking for the jump over. If there's a very distinct, I see one body, I see the other body, that would be a no rep on the synchronization components. For individuals, questions? They have to redo that burpee. If at any point you get no rep on the bar facing burpee, if I get no rep on this one and I jump over to this side, I have to come back, I have to do my burpee, jump over the bar. For individuals, it is 10 rounds of 3 and 6. 3 on the deadlifts, 6 on the burpees. You start on this end of the gym. You will do rounds 1 through 6 here. You will roll the bar up round 7, roll the bar up round 8, roll the bar up round 9, round 10, and your finish mat will be right here in your lane. The judge is specifically looking for a couple things that they have been briefed on for this event. One is your third deadlift. It is going to be very tempting for you to drop the bar before you reach full extension because this is a fast workout. The judge is specifically looking for that, so don't get no rep on that because that's costly. Stand up, full extension before you drop the bar. Second thing is the bar facing burpee standard is a 2-foot jump. You cannot hop, skip, and jump over the bar. So it must be a jump. That would be a no rep. If you want to step up on your burpee, you can. If you want to kneel up and lunge at your burpee, you can. But for RX and intermediate, it must be a 2-foot jump. That would also be a no rep. The judges are going to be looking for that, and they will no rep a staggered jump. The leap off has to be with 2 feet. Leap off has to be with 2 feet. Yes. The land does not have to be 2 feet. The leap off must be 2 feet. Question? You can rotate during the jump. Yes. We are looking for the plane of your body to stay within the plane of the plates. So if you are facing the side here, that would be a no rep based on not bar facing. Well, you have 10 rounds of 3 and 6. Any questions on heater? Yes. No. Any other questions? Awesome. We're going to move on to our final event, Vinnie, vidi, vici. This is going to be the assault bike, the double kettlebell snatch, the bar muscle-ups for RX, the chest-to-bar pull-ups for intermediate, and the ring rows for scale. The standards on all 3 of these movements, pretty standard on your bar muscle-up. We're mostly looking for the lockout at the top. Chest-to-bar, clear contact. On the ring row, it's going to be full range of motion in both directions. Okay, so that will be the middle component of this. Those are the standards on those movements. But the flow for individual we'll go through first. They'll start with their 40 and 32 calories on the assault bike. They then have their double kettlebell snatch. Heath is going to be my demo for this workout. Double kettlebell snatch. Okay, so we're mostly looking for full extension before you lower the kettlebells back down. If you would like to press out the kettlebells, you certainly can. Heath is demonstrating very good reps right here, but if you wish to press them out, you won't get no rep for more of a muscle snatch variation. But you will get no rep if you catch it in that non-locked out position and then lower it before you lock out. So he'll do 10 reps. He then has his bar muscle ups for RX. Let's get Heath up on the bar. Yeah, come on, Heath. If he's on these pull-up bars, he's got to be facing inward on the gym, so he'll knock out his bar muscle ups for RX. Yeah, chest to bar pull-ups for wonderful. Chest to bar pull-ups for intermediate, and then the ring row standard will be a plate directly underneath the rings that they must have, the athletes, you must have your feet on for the whole remainder, full range of motion of that rep. When he finishes his rig reps, he does kettlebell snatch set number 2, 10 reps. When he gets done with that, he has his second assault bike and his final set of snatches. Individual, scaled, and intermediate will then finish their workout here. For my RX division in the final, you guys will have an advancement down the floor with your kettlebells. So you do bike, you'll do kettlebell snatch. You then advance your kettlebells to the middle of the floor. You do your bar muscle ups. You advance your kettlebells. There'll be another bike waiting for you at the other end. You bike, you snatch, you'll hit your finish mat time. Individuals, any questions before we roll into team? Yes. Correct. If you want to ghost ride, you're more than welcome to ghost ride. You just must stay seated. You can't use ghost ride and as your transition time. So you can't ghost ride at 38, let it tick to 39, 40, and then start. You can do that, but you got to stay seated on the bike. Also for biking, rowing, skiing, you, the athlete, will be responsible for any resetting of the monitors on the machines. For workouts that have multiple rounds, and you come back to your piece of equipment, the athletes will be responsible for resetting the monitors. Team vidi, vici is going to start with your male-female pairs knocking out your calories on the assault bike. So the men have their own bike, and the women will have their own bike. The men have 60, the girls have 40. In order for the calories to count, the other partner must be hanging. Your judge has full authority to tack on additional calories on your set if they see one person biking without the other hanging. So go ahead and hang, that would be good. Then they can start biking. Whenever the girls want to switch, they can switch on their own. The girls, it's almost like it's their own partner workout of 40 calories. If the girls want to switch more, they can switch more. If Kate drops, then Heath doesn't have to stop biking, but Christy does. So for teams, this bike portion, and that's the same for the first time you do it, the second time you do it, and the third time you do it. It'll be that same format where the girls can have their own strategy separate from the men. Okay, so 60 and 40. If one pair finishes before the other, then they can rest. When they get done, when the pairs get done with their calories, they'll move on to their synchronized pull-ups. Scaled has synchronized jumping pull-ups. We're both looking for, on both movements, the chin coming over the bar at the same time before starting the next rep. In order for these reps to count, the non-working pairs have to be holding the kettlebells in the rack position. And the judge will be looking for the rack position. Not the outside rack position, but the hands and the thumbs staying inside the shoulder. Okay, so what Heath is doing right now would be a no rep. He's got to hold the kettlebells in the front rack position. Philip and Kate are going to show a couple synchro pull-ups. Those would all be good. Yeah. They can switch at any point, as many times as they want. They just have to be having the kettlebells, not picking up the kettlebells, but holding the kettlebells in the rack position, or else the reps will not count. Okay? Any pull-ups that are done will be no reps if the pairs are not holding. When they get done with 60 reps, they have the same flow on the bike, 60 and 40. When they finish, they have their kettlebell snatches. For scaled, it is a single arm kettlebell snatch. Christy, show us a couple of these. The main thing we're looking for differently from the double is not pushing off the leg with the opposite hand. So that would be a no rep. Same thing, if you want to press out the rep, you can. Scaled will have single arm kettlebell snatches. Each rep will count as a rep. For intermediate, they have the double kettlebell. For both scaled and intermediate, 2 of the partners must be hanging from the bar in order for the snatches to count. So if at any point one or none of the partners are hanging and someone's snatching, all of those reps would be no reps. So 2 people, your team can figure out whatever flow you'd like, but as long as 2 people are hanging, someone can be snatching, and those reps can be counting towards your team's 60. When your team gets done with 60, you have your final bike. Once all 4 of your team members get to your finish mat, that will be your time. So that is Vinnie, vidi, vici for teams. Any questions on the standards and flow for that event? As that one probably has the most moving pieces for team. Correct. The teams can do any pairs on that. Any pairs. Male, 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 female, female, female. Yes. Athletes, any other questions before I brief the first event tonight? Correct. Correct. If your team would like to do that, they can. Any other questions? Cool. All right. Sam. Correct. So if you do 10 and then your next partner does 10, that would be 20 towards your team's 60. Yep. Intermediate and scaled individuals, you guys will have 6 minutes for a 1 rep max clean. You'll have your lanes that will be assigned to you, and you will have your weights out there that you can start with an empty barbell at 3, 2, 1, go. You have as many attempts as you want. You can be a power clean, squat clean, split clean, any variation of the clean for your 1 rep max. Just communicate with your judge what weight is on the bar so that they can appropriately record it. For teams, you have the females going first, the team cumulative 10 rep max. The females go first. They'll have 1 barbell in their own lane. 1 barbell and 1 barbell only. It'll start empty. 1 partner will be working at a time. They both must have their weight and what reps they did done by 6 minutes. There'll be a 1-minute transition, and the men will do the same thing. Intermediate and scaled individuals and teams, do you all have any questions on the clean, the max clean workout? Touch and go is as soon as the bar taps the ground, you go into the next rep. If there's a stoppage of that, that would be a break. Regathering tension would be a break. That's a touch and go. That would not be a touch and go. Even if your hands still are on the bar, that would not be a touch and go. Awesome. Any other questions on the clean? Yes. So you will have your distinct reps that you are doing that you'll tell your judge before the workout begins. I'm going to do 3, she's going to do 4, and you can't deviate from that. Good question. Thank you. If they do multiple reps, they must be touch and go. They can be touch and go powers or touch and go squat cleans, either one. Yes. Yes, the warm-up area is back the door to the left. RX individuals, tonight you guys have the clean ladder. Yeah. You will start on this end of the floor. At 3, 2, 1, go. Ladder 1, you'll have 5 barbells all lined up along the floor. Ladder 1 has a 30-second time cap. Your time will be recorded when you finish your last bar. Get over the bar, not around the bar, but over the bar and onto your orange finish mat. That is when your time will be recorded. Philip was cutting it close on that one because that is the main point of emphasis, and really the only thing your judge is looking for is that it will be very easy for you to not stand up to full extension. You must stand up all the way before you can drop the bar. A no rep on this ladder is going to be costly. It is not worth the extra half second you could potentially save by dropping it early versus standing up all the way. So the judge is mostly looking for that full stand up before you can then drop the bar and advance onto your next barbell. We take the top, for females, the top 6 after ladder 1. For men, the top 10. We increase the weight. We increase the cap to a minute. Same setup and flow. We cut the field to 4 athletes for the 3rd ladder. Individual RX. Do you guys have any questions before you guys can go ahead and start getting warmed up? Either one. You can squat or power at any of the bars on any of the ladders. Oh, going back to team. Yes. Which person? The team member that said they were going to do 3 does 2? That would be invalid. Yes. So if they said they were going to do 3 and they only record a heavy 2, their score for the team would be 0 weight and 0 reps. So the men would have to change their plan and do more reps because their female got a 0. Oh, they get as many attempts in the 6-minute window as they want. Yeah. They would have to restart. Yep. Yes.
Hey, real quick, everybody listen up real quick. If you are an RX athlete, your warm-up area is not there. We're going to get the floor set up for any athlete here this weekend that has not taken their picture on the green screen and then their picture with this banner behind them. Please make sure you do that now before you leave because it will not be up tomorrow. So if you have not taken a picture yet behind the green screen and in front of this banner, please do that now.
Athletes, real quick, last thing before you start getting warmed up. Our head judges for this weekend are Brian Martin, David Benedict, and Christy Gooch. These 3 are your points of contact if you have any issues or questions on the events or the judging standards. So big thank you to them and all of the judges, as that's truly a thankless job. So those 3 will be who you need to look out for. Our photographer is Joy Kimbrough. Our DJ is DJ Sean. Phillips on the mic. Jay Quayle is heading up our broadcast crew. If you have any shout-outs or anything you want on the live stream broadcast, go see that man. He's got the media tab. We're looking forward to this weekend, guys. My name is Zach. If you have any questions for me, you come up. I want to meet y'all. I want to introduce myself. I want to get to know you guys. Looking forward to year 4 of the Big Orange Brawl. We got 30 minutes. Ladies, you guys are going to kick off this party. We're going to get started soon.
Again, if you have not taken a picture,
What's the numbers going at?
What's up, everybody? I'm Philip Texera, the MC with the most, coming at you live from CrossFit Courageous for our 4th annual Big Orange Brawl. I got my 2 young bucks with me. This is their first competition. We got Big Stank and Big Sexy. Yeah. Big Stank, this is your first ever competition. What are you most looking forward to?
Really performing in front of the atmosphere and just getting to know all these new people and kick their, I'll stop there.
We're just planning on going off. And now, Grant, you've been doing CrossFit for a couple years now, but this is now your first event. Is this your entrance into competing further, or is this just kind of a one and done sort of feel? How you feel?
I definitely think that I'm going to compete further on. I know it's going to be fun competing against all these really talented guys, so I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. If you guys had one event to look most forward to, like what's the one event that maybe you're most nervous about, most excited about?
Clean slate. I've been training for that for so hard. I just want to get like 250. That's it.
All right, so we're going for 250. Same question.
Yeah, I'm thinking clean slate too. Got to perform the strength gains, maybe 260. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So at the end of this weekend, right, we got 6 events all weekend long. How do you figure, how are you guys going to measure success in this weekend? Is it going to be podium? Is it going to be what you thought you couldn't do? What is it?
Winning.
Winning. So we're going podium.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What is measure success?
Doing the best I can in every event. And then podium.
And then podium. Hey, pay attention all weekend. These 2 dudes are the Young Bucks. They're going to be killing it in the intermediate division. Give them a shout out. Ladies, if you can see this on YouTube, the boys ready to go. We'll see you. Hey, stay tuned all weekend. We got you guys all weekend. What's up, everybody? Hostess with the most is again GMC Philip Texera. We're here live, 4th annual Big Orange Brawl at CrossFit Courageous. I'm here with one of our intermediate/RX teams. This is CrossFit Courageous' very own. This is the Terminators. TJ, is this your first event?
First event.
How you feeling in this one?
Pretty good.
What are you most looking forward to in this event?
Cleans.
Cleans. What are you going to clean?
Hoping to get 300.
300. Everybody out there on YouTube knows who this is. Oh, yeah. Needs no introduction. What are we doing, Mama? How are you going to gauge success over this weekend?
If my team makes it through to the end of the events, I'm going to call that a win. But honestly, I know what they're capable of, so I'm just looking for best performance.
So podium.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Okay, so podium. Anything that you're particularly nervous about? What's the one thing in this workout that this weekend that you're most nervous about?
Definitely doing 45 deadlifts.
45 deadlifts. Oh, what about you?
Ooh, I'm most nervous about those double kettlebell snatches. They're a beast.
They're not afraid of the run. That hill 2-mile run. You guys aren't afraid of it. Not at all. All right, you guys got any shout outs, anything you want to say out there?
Shout out to Dr. Joe for getting me lined up this weekend.
Shout out Dr. Joe.
Shout out to Dr. Joe and Physio Lab for keeping our team together. And Clayton, if you're watching, love you.
Awesome. Again, stay tuned all weekend, man. We got you guys all weekend.
What's up, everybody? Again, this is your MC, Philip Texera, coming at you live from the 4th annual Big Orange Brawl. I'm here with the creator. I'm here with the mentor. This is Zach Quayle. Zach, how are you going to measure success at the end of this weekend?
It's just the athlete experience. That's what we put so much time and effort into, is the athletes who are coming to compete, making sure that just the experience is top notch. That's what we want. People having fun, people setting PRs, people celebrating all the hard work that they've put in to get here, and celebrating them, showcasing them, and just having fun celebrating fitness. That's really what we're trying to do.
And starting and finishing on time, of course. What's the one thing, if you could pick the one thing that's maybe got you the most nervous about this weekend?
Most nervous about? Well, this is the first time we've ever done a clean ladder, setting the barbells down the floor. So I'm really excited for this event, but this is the first time we've done an event like this. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of behind-the-scenes planning that's required to set up an event like this. But we've done the work, and we're pretty pumped. We're pretty pumped.
Again, like I said, this is our 4th year doing this. It's only getting bigger. It's only growing. Where do you see this thing going in the next year or so?
Wherever it takes us. We're going to keep putting out big purse prizes. We're going to keep growing, and we're going to keep evolving. And every year we keep getting a little bit better. So that's what we're just going to keep continuing on doing.
Again, check out. We got Epics. We got Paramount. We got Voodoo Barbell, CrossFit Courageous, Victory Grip, Southeast Bank. Anyone else in particular you just kind of want to give a shout out to? Anybody you want to say thank you? What's up?
My wife, Kate. We couldn't run this event without her, so shout out to you, babe. I love you. It's going to be a great weekend.
Awesome. Thank you, all the volunteers. Thank you. We'll get you out of here. Guys, we're about to get started, so stay tuned. We got about 10 minutes, and then the clean ladder's coming right at you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome, welcome to the 2021 Big Orange Brawl. My name is Zach Quayle. This is event 1 for these RX individuals. We're calling it Clean Slate. It's presented by Epic Brands. These ladies are going to have a clean ladder advancing down the floor. Each weight on the barbell is going to get heavier as they go. Our first heat is Alex Clark, Angela Kremser, and Cara Barbetto. And here they go. All making it to the third bar pretty quickly. Alex Clark is slightly ahead. Angela Kremser's to the second bar. And Angela Kremser takes heat 1, followed by Alex Clark and Cara Barbetto. Ladies and gentlemen, don't blink, because this is going to be a fast and fun one. So it looks like we had Angela who took the heat. Looks like Alex got second. And Cara with the third place finish. Now these ladies, the top 6, are going to advance onto ladder number 2. So they are fighting for a spot to advance onto the second ladder where we have an increase in the weight. The ladder 1, the barbells are relatively light. You're probably going to see more of a power clean variation for a lot of these athletes. The later bars, as they get heavier, you're probably going to see more of the squat clean. We're getting ready for our second heat, which is Casey Wells and Hannah Broadnax. And here they go. First bar is 125. Looks like Hannah's slightly over, and Casey are both moving that bar pretty quickly. They're both getting to the last bar pretty close, and it looks like Casey barely edging out Hannah. Now remember, it is the top 6, so only one athlete will get cut as we move on. This is going to be our third and final heat. We've got Mandy and Becca Merritt. These are our last heat here of RX women before we add some weight to the bar and we move on to ladder number 2.
You're ready, I'm ready. 10 seconds.
Again, the same weight on the bar for both of these ladies. Barbell starting at 125 and ending at 145. They've got 5 barbells to lift. Mandy is looking like she's slightly ahead of Becca at this point. Becca with a little bit of a lead there on the 4th bar. It's going to be pretty close. And it looks like Mandy might have barely edged her out. Getting through, finishing that 5th clean, and getting onto that orange start mat. So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the scores. We're going to take the top 6. We add some weight to the bar. Now it starts to get a little bit heavier. This next field is 6. We're going to cut the field down to 4. So these ladies will be fighting to stay in the top 4. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for ladder number 2. Welcome back. We got our first heat here. Ladder number 2, we're adding the weight. Alex and Angela, here they go. Round 2, they're both over the bar. 2 for 2, both still power cleaning. It's going to be close here. Angela's a little bit quicker on that bar. And it looks like Alex was barely able to edge out Angela to take heat number 1. Again, these 6 ladies will get cut to 4, so they are fighting to stay in that top 4. Remember, there's 3 heats here, so it's not just your time for heat 1. They've got 2 heats behind them that they're going to need to be setting some times to beat. Looks like Hannah and Casey are going to be our next 2 ladies taking the floor for ladder number 2. Barbell weight here starts at 155 and ends at 175. Our MC Phillip is getting ready to cue the clock, and we're getting ready to start heat number 2. Here we go. Casey with a little bit quicker to the first bar. But Hannah makes up some ground on the second bar with a really quick turnover. She's the first one to the 4th bar. It's going to come down to 175. Hannah off the floor was a little bit faster, and that's what made the difference as Hannah Broadnack's taking the heat there. We've got one more heat to decide who's going to be our final 4 ladies who are going to be moving on into our final ladder where the weights get even heavier. Ladder 3 starts at 185 and finishes at 205. We've got Becca Merritt from Broad Ripple CrossFit and Mandy Shazetti from CrossFit Courageous getting ready to tackle ladder number 2. And here we go. Looks like Becca was a little bit to the first bar, but Mandy's the first one to bar 2. Becca and Mandy. Mandy to the 175 bar. And she is over and done, and so is Becca, but Becca's time. It's going to be important to note Becca's time, as that still might be fast enough to still finish in this top 4. We're going to have to calculate these scores, and we will get ready for our 3rd and final ladder. Welcome back, guys. We are to our heavy ladder now. Ladder number 3 of Clean Slate has the barbell starting at 185 and finishing at 205. We've got our top 4 females. Our first 2 to go are Casey Wells and Hannah Broadnax. They've got the same progression, 5 barbells down the floor. Both still sticking with a power clean. They both are through 3 bars. Hannah power cleaning still at 200 pounds. She's made it to the 205. Let's see if she can stand it up. No rep on the power clean. Casey's now stepping up to the bar. She might take her. No rep by Casey. They both are 30 seconds in and are both getting stuck here at this 205 bar. Let's see if Hannah can get it. And oh, close. Almost a rep for Casey Wells, but she's not able to stand it up. These athletes have a 2-minute time cap. And Hannah is able to stand the weight up over the mat, and she is in. Still got 45 seconds, Casey. Still got plenty of time here for Casey Wells at our 205 bar. Let's see if we can make some noise and get her in. Philip, 10 seconds. Casey's on the last bar. She's got 10 seconds. Oh, and she is able to finish it and get over the bar. And Casey Wells finishes ladder number 3 right underneath our 2-minute time cap. Both ladies are able to finish. So Hannah getting through all bars right at about the minute mark. And Casey right at 157. We'll see what Becca and Mandy can do coming up next. And this is for your event win. And here we go. Becca and Mandy. Becca's through 1, now done with 2. Mandy's the first to bar 3. She stands it up. Becca's done with bar 3. Mandy on to 205. Mandy stands it up, and she is in. She'll take an event win for Clean Slate. And Becca, she's in as well. Becca will get a 2nd place finish. Hannah will get a 3rd place finish, and Casey with 4th. Well done to all these ladies. We're going to take about a 10-minute intermission, and our men are coming up next.
in about a minute. I told Mandy to hang around so that this way, after the winner of the RX men, and I'm going to have Mandy and I'm going to interview them both.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the men for Event 1. Clean Slate, presented by Epic, is a clean ladder. These athletes will have 5 barbells that are preset down the floor. They must clean a bar, move up to the next bar, and successfully clean all 5. Step on their finish mat, and that will be their recorded time. Our first barbell starts at 2:05 and ends at 2:45. The field gets cut to 10, so this is intense for these guys. They've got to get through this first ladder fast enough to be able to put up a fast enough time that gets them into ladder number 2. Our first heat, we have Bryce Chambers, Alex Nickel, and Logan Malinowski. Bryce Chambers out of Mossy Creek Fitness in Jefferson City, Alex Nickel out of CrossFit Courageous, and Logan Malinowski out of CrossFit Rama will be the first to tackle. Clean slate. We're starting in 10. And here we go. All 3 athletes getting through that first bar pretty quickly. It's Logan Malinowski who looks to be out to that early lead. He's done with bar 4. He's done with bar 5. He's on the mat, followed by Alex Nickel, and then Bryce Chambers rounds out heat number 1. Logan with some fancy footwork getting over the bar. He's going to take the first heat. We'll reset the floor, and we're moving on to our second heat of athletes. Our next heat, we've got Ethan Griffith, Hamilton Broadnax, and Brady Cummins. They are our next 3 men that are going to be taking on Clean Slate. Again, barbell starting at 2:05 and finishing up at 2:45. You're going to see mostly power cleans on ladder 1 as these athletes are trying to get through the work as quickly as possible. And you, quite frankly, you don't have the time to squat. You've got to get that bar off the ground. A little slip up for Hamilton, but I think he's okay. Ethan is on to his final bar, and it looks like him and Hamilton are both pretty quick over the bar, as is Brady. That heat was fast, ladies and gentlemen. A couple nice saves by Hamilton, a couple fancy footwork getting over the bar from these guys, and that one's going to be close. We're going to have to see the times on that one. From my view here, it looks like all 3 of those men were a little bit quicker than our first 3. We're going to have to check our scores table, and we will get this info out to you guys as soon as we get the details for who has got the fastest time up to this point. Our next heat, we've got Tyler Thompson, Brandon Jowers, and Matt Carden. And here we go. Matt Carden, the first off bar 1. Matt's over bar 2, but now Brandon looks like he might be slightly ahead. Brandon's done with 4. Brandon on to 5. Brandon Jowers is over. Tyler Thompson is over. Matt Carden still working on bar 1. Let's get him up. And Matt able to stand up over the bar. Time. Brandon Jowers takes heat number 3, followed by Tyler Thompson and Matt Carden. We've got 2 more heats of men before we cut the field to 10 and we move on to our top 10. Our next heat, we've got Josh Padgett, John Westbrook, and Hamza.
John and Hamza. John. We got Josh, we got John, we got Hamza. If you guys are ready, here we go. 10 seconds.
Our fourth heat of men is Josh Padgett, John Westbrook, and Hamza Tarefi taking on Clean Slate. Barbell start at 205. They finish at 245. And here they go. Looks like Josh Padgett slightly the first one done. Josh is still in the lead. 3 bars down. Josh is the first to bar 4. A slight stumble in the catch gives John Westbrook a window, but Josh Padgett's going to take heat number 4, followed by John Westbrook, and Hamza finishes third in that heat, but you never know. The top 10 times are what's going to be what moves on onto our second ladder. Our final heat is going to be our top 3 men coming into the Big Orange Brawl out of our online qualifier. We've got Kerry Blanton, John Wall, and Logan Southard taking the competition floor, getting ready for their first event of the weekend, which is Clean Slate presented by Epic.
Hey, just so y'all know, Lane to Terry. He won this thing last year. He also snatched 298 pounds and he was just warming up.
Lane 1, we have Logan Southard. Lane 2, Kerry Blanton. Lane 3, John Wall.
Here we go, DJ Sean. 10 seconds.
Get your popcorn out, folks. This is going to be a good heat of our top individual men taking on Clean Slate.
1, go.
Looks like John Wall, first athlete to the 3rd bar. He's making quick work of this light bar. He's on to his 5th bar. And it looks like John Wall is going to be the first, Kerry 2nd, Logan 3rd. We're going to have to see how the times shake out. And we are going to figure out these top 10 scores. And we'll see who moves on. We wipe the slate clean. Their time for the first ladder only matters to get them to the next heat. After that, we wipe it clean. We start anew, and we cut the field to 4. This is going to be a crucial bar for these men. In order for them to get a good finish, we're going to cut 6 athletes after ladder number 2. It gets cut down to the top 4. 15 started, 10 will move on, and only the top 4 will be able to take on our final barbell, which ends at 325. We're calculating the scores, and we'll see who moves on. A big thank you to our sponsors for this year's Big Orange Brawl. Epic Brands, Barbell Voodoo, Southeast Bank, Victory Grips, Paramount Title, and CrossFit Courageous. We're moving on to ladder number 2. Barbell starting at 245 and ending at 285 for the men. We cut the field to 10. And these top 10 men will take on clean slate ladder 2. They've got 5 weights to lift with a 1-minute time cap. We take the top 4 scores. And the top 4 times are going to be the ones who move on to our final ladder. Ladder number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We've got Logan Malinowski. We've got Ethan Griffith moving through clean slate ladder number 2. Weight starting at 245, going up to 285. Ethan's been power cleaning since bar 1. He power cleans 285. He is in at about 19 seconds. Logan is in at 23. Coming up in heat number 2, we've got Hamilton Broadnax and Tyler Thompson. They're going to be taking on the second weight. The second ladder of clean slate. These bars are starting at 245 and finishing at 285. I got a feeling it's going to be no problem for Hamilton in lane 1. Hamilton's over bar 1 and bar 2, both pretty easily, both with a power clean. On to bar 3 and now on to 4. Hamilton is now at 285, sticking with a power clean, and he's in at 15 seconds. That is the top time we've seen thus far. Tyler in at 19. That's going to be close with Ethan, but both of those two men putting up some fast times on heat number 2. Hamilton finished it at about 15, 16. That almost looked lighter than ladder number 1 for him. We've got 3 more heats of men before we cut our field to 4 and load it up. Our next heat is Brandon Jowers and Josh Paget taking on Clean Slate. Here they go, starting in 3 seconds. Both with some easy looking power cleans through the first bar. Brandon's to bar 3. Josh right behind, Brandon to bar 4. They're both through 275, on to 285. And they're both over at about 16, 17 seconds. That will be fast enough times, I would say, potentially, to move on to that final bar. We saw Hamilton with 15. We saw Ethan with 19. We saw both of them around 15, 16. I would say, as of right now, they are safe, but we still have 2 more heats of men to go, as this is going to get really interesting as we cut the field to 4. Here we go. We got John Westbrook, Logan Southard getting ready to take on Clean Slate, ladder 2. Here we go. Logan Southard with an easy power clean. He's over the bar. Second rep is good. Third rep good. John Westbrook going to a squat clean. If Logan can keep power cleaning, he's going to edge him out in this heat. Logan to 285. He's up and over right at about 20 seconds. John's over at 23. That may not be enough to squeak into this final heat. But right at 20 seconds for Logan Southern and right around 23 for John Westbrook. One and John Wall in lane 2. Morgan! Here we go. Final heat. Easy power cleans for both of these men as they move on. John and Carey neck and neck. They're both at a 275. They both get to 285 at the same time. They both power clean it up. And oh, that's going to be super close. That is going to be super close between Carey Blanton and John Wall. We'll see, as both of those scores are probably likely to move on. But we will have to check the scoring. The top 4 men are going to move on to ladder 3. The Big Orange Brawl is presented by CrossFit Courageous. Also, thank you to our event sponsors, Epic Brands, Paramount Title, Victory Grips, Southeast Bank, and barbell voodoo.
Hey, I'm Vic from Victory Grips. So today we're having them long enough so you form the dowel effect. And what the dowel effect is that fold of material when gripping the bar that comes between the bar and your fingers. And you want that fold to be long enough so that it comes to the edge of your fingers so you can actually push your fingers down into the bar, and that's going to cause the grips to wind up. You're going to feel a little bit of pressure on your wrist, but that is creating torque, and that torque is translated into power, which is more strength, more grip strength, and more grip endurance, which could make the difference between an unbroken and broken set and also winning and losing. So make sure your grips are long enough to have the dowel effect, and you're going to increase your power with your grips instantly.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2021 Big Orange Brawl. This is Clean Slate, presented by Epic. Our final men's barbells range from 285 to 325. This is where we will find out who is going to be our event winner for the first workout of the 2021 Big Orange Brawl. The results are in for the ladies. Mandy Sagetti with the first place finish, Becca Merritt, Hannah Broadnax, Casey Wells, Alex Clark, Angela Clemser, and Cara Barbetto. They still have many more events to come, but here is how it shakes after one workout for our ladies. We'll get back to the action on the floor for our men, getting ready to take on ladder number And here we go. This is going to be our heavy, heavy, clean ladder coming. Hamilton Broadnax and Ethan Griffith are about to put on a show. Let's check it out. Here we go. Hamilton with a power clean. Ethan choosing to squat clean. Hamilton with 3 easy lifts. Power cleans 315. He's on to 325. Power cleans 325. 17 seconds. Are you kidding me? Hamilton Broadnax absolutely smashes clean ladder 1. Event 1 of the brawl. And Ethan Griffith is up. That's going to be a huge finish for Ethan. He gets done in 34 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of good athletes coming in the next heats, but I don't think anybody is going to beat Hamilton Broadnax's time of 17 seconds. That was almost as fast as his ladder, as time from ladder number 2. We got 2 more heats to go. Brandon Jowers and Josh Padgett, the next 2 athletes to take on Clean Slate. They've got to beat a time of 17 seconds. They both choosing to power clean 285. 295 up and good for both. Brandon going to a squat clean. Josh going to a squat clean. Both moving these bars pretty easily. On to 315 and now 325 for Brandon Jowers. Brandon Jowers is in at 25 seconds. That's good enough for second place right now. If Josh can get up. 325 on the bar. Josh Padgett looking to finish this clean at 325. He catches. He's up. He is over. Time at 55 seconds. Excellent work from both of these men. We got 1 more heat to go. Right now, Hamilton Broadnax's time of 17 seconds is still holding up for first place. We got 2 more men to take the floor. We'll see if that shakes up the leaderboard at all. Here we go. Carey Blanton, John Wall, our last heat of the night. They both power clean 285. Carey with a nice casual walk. John choosing to move a little bit quicker. John gets to ladder 3. He's up and over. 315 now. John still power cleaning. He's at 18 seconds, so Hamilton Broadnax is going to take the first event. Carey now done with the 4th bar. John moving up to 325. He's up and over. That looks like good enough for 3rd. And Carey's in at 38. So right now it looks like Hamilton Broadnax, Brandon Jowers, and John Wall looking like your top 3 men. We'll have to still see. That is unofficial. But it's looking like it's Hamilton Broadnax first place on event 1. Brandon Jowers coming in 2nd. John Wall in 3rd.
Hey, my name is Vic of Victory Grips. So I'm going to talk specifically about doing bar muscle ups with your freedom grips or your fingerless grips. With CrossFit, you're going to be doing lots of bar muscle ups for volume, and with fingerless grips, they're not going to be as stable because obviously they don't have finger holes. And so you may find that the grips start creeping down towards your palm, and so you start basically losing your grip. So when you're at the top of a bar muscle up, you could actually dig your fingers down into the material right before you drop down, transition down to the bottom of the bar. That's going to actually wind up the material, and so it's going to stabilize the grips, and it's also going to actually give you a bit of a rebound effect as you come back up, and that's going to enhance your grip efficiency and your power output. So at the top of the bar, push your fingers down into the material as you transition down, and you're going to feel a gigantic difference in the performance of your fingerless grips.
What's up, everybody? Again, this is Philip Texera coming at you. CrossFit Courageous, the 4th annual Big Orange Brawl. We just did event number 1 for the RX athletes. This was a clean ladder, and I'm with your RX champion for the ladies. This is Mandy, and the RX champion for the men is Ethan, right? Hamilton. My bad. Hamilton. You finished this ladder in 17 seconds. It started at 285 and ended at 325. What the heck?
That's one of my stronger movements. I knew I'd have to take advantage of that while I could because there's some tough events this weekend. So I wanted to try and jump ahead in the beginning.
And imagine saying to you, Mandy, you crushed that, but we kind of knew it. How'd you feel?
I felt great. I was really nervous in the beginning, but clean is my thing. So like he said, I had to take advantage of that because I think there's one workout where I'm not really feeling too confident on, but
we're going to get to that one. All right, so going forward, have you ever competed in the Big Orange Brawl before?
I have not. This is my first time.
What are you most looking forward to? When besides this, because we now know that this is your best, what's the one that you're kind of excited about to maybe test yourself?
I think it's the one with the deadlifts and the burpees. I forgot the name of it, but I like workouts like that are just go, go, go until you can't. So I'm excited for that one.
Same question for you. What are you excited about?
I'm really excited about the snatch, the dumbbell snatch, and the muscle up workout. I don't remember the name. Is that the heater? Vinnie, that one. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Yeah.
Okay, so now it wouldn't be complete without a hard, challenging question for them, right? What's the one thing that's got you most nervous? What's the one thing that you're like, man, I don't know about this one?
The run, the freaking 2.5 mile hill run. Not excited about that.
It's spicy. I've done it. It's spicy. What about you? Same thing?
The ski erg. I'm not looking forward to the ski erg. It's not a short person friendly machine.
Got you. Last one real quick for you guys, okay? How are you going to measure success by the end of this weekend?
I didn't come in with any expectations. I just want to, I know it sounds cliche, but I just want to do my best, have a good time, and come out positively, at the end. So I just want to have fun.
Good. I'll say it for you. Podium. Next. What do you want?
I came here for first place, so I'm doing this for my late brother. So it's for him, not for me.
We got you. Okay. Again, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you guys for being here competing. Thank you for that exciting run. He's the reason I lost the bet. I said nobody was going under 20 seconds. He hit it in 17 seconds. Thank you guys so much. We look forward to seeing you for the rest of the weekend. Good job, Mama. Good job. Again, thank you guys so much. Stay tuned all weekend. We're going to be here. Thank you again. We got Victory Grips, CrossFit Courageous for putting this on, Paramount Land title, Epics, Barbell Voodoo. Anybody I left out, we're going to keep giving you shout outs for the rest of the weekend. Again, stay tuned. We got a long weekend ahead of you. Until next time, I'm Philip. We're out.